Hello, twins. Hope you're all doing well. I'm here again this month to present to you all another Twin Flame Ascension Energies reading, this time in regards to how the new moon in Sagittarius today, December 1st, will work to heal our union and align us together on the same page as our twins, so we may begin to progress and ascend onto bigger and better things and fulfill our new Earth mission together for the ultimate bettering of humanity and our own personal lives. If you were new, confused, or needed a refresher on what the new moon is exactly and how it affects us before we begin, this is when the moon is in direct conjunction with the sun and appears completely invisible from the Earth's perspective. It is here to bring forth new beginnings in order to remove us from stagnant periods or from chapters within the journey that are ready to sort of implode on itself, which you may feel as great tension or stress within your solar plexus or heart chakra regions when time is almost officially up on that phase you're likely so done with. Closing down these chapters of karma ultimately, that's usually not even always yours, but your family's BS that you are judging for pre-judgment day and putting a permanent stop to, in which you will be rewarded immensely for an eternal paradise with all of your much owed birthrights and inheritances packaged and bestowed upon you upon completion of the task. And lastly, the new moon is also here to send us what's known as light codes, or a form of a dissectable, downloadable liquid conscious light, or even a love language, which enters right through your crown chakra, so it may seep into other areas of your body in need of upgrades. Majorly, our light bodies included in this operation provide us information on what to do and where to go next individually, as well as in terms of maneuvering and progressing our unique twin flame union to higher realms of bliss and unity. But on more grounded levels, it is here to deepen us at the heart and mind level, peeling us back like the layers of an onion every single time until we finally reach the core of who we truly are and who we've truly been all along, which you will find was absolutely everything once you get here. Crying or feeling nostalgic during this time frame, either before, during, or right after, also tends to occur, especially whenever it is in super mode or a super new moon, due to the turning of old pages occurring within your reality in the quantum plane, removing outdated people, belief systems, false low vibrational timelines, and karma in general from both your lives, which keeps you bound to the dying matrix system, us helping it die even more every time we ascend and unplug from its ego mind. And apart from your twin and true reality, the longer we choose to stay plugged into it. So this departure from the old paradigm, old Fae, is mandatory for every single living and breathing person here. Us Blueberry Twin Flames acting as messiahs by going first before everyone else, paving and lighting up the way for the rest to follow. It also being in fiery Sagittarius this month is going to work to amplify its influences, Sagittarius's, so that any lost or depleted passion between the two polarities may spark back up again and breathe new life into the union if this has been absent from your connection for some time, especially since the witch age initialized back in 2019, working 24/7 to eat and drain all sense of healthy passion, healthy pleasure, healthy fun, youth, and inspiration entirely out of our system. This should do its part to help you feel more alive, on the same page as your twin, like there is something actually worth fighting for within them, because there is, and open your eyes to the true expansive world of miracles, adventure, and unlimited possibilities that's before you every single day, giving you back your twin flame eyes, which you'll never want to let go of again. Let's go ahead and dive into the reading to figure out how else Sagittarius will be of help to us first waivers this month, shall we? First off, when sifting through my Light Seer's tarot deck to determine which card best suits this occasion, the major arcana card, the High Priestess, is what jumped out of the deck to provide guidance for us. Here, I am immediately seeing and feeling the unique influxation of light codes the new moon wants to provide us this month, being downloaded and integrated right into the High Priestess's crown chakra, being depicted by the white row of circular orbs floating above her head as she sits in a deep, peaceful, receptive meditative state. So it looks like the new moon in Fairy Kingdom is going to want us to get still as much as possible this time around, and to even potentially get into a meditative state to open yourself up to receive the light code influxes even easier and strongly if you're aware that your union is lagging behind in terms of its progression and in terms of practicing spirituality in general. I also feel the sensations of her getting still just enough to be able to pick up on and understand exactly what's going on the other side of her union, because of her simple willingness to follow her instincts and get still to receive, allowing her to flex and stretch her muscles as a feminine being in addition along with this process. This exertion of your feminine energy, even if you are a male listening to this, will sort of record as an experience or lesson you took part in and will actually advance you and stay with you to be utilized in the future to benefit you whenever the opportunity comes up. Which it will, just so you can see the progress and get the chance to flex your new muscles while honoring just how strong, amazing, and conventional the feminine essence and nature is. So it feels like this particular new moon is wanting to thoroughly ground us and bring us back to square one, back to the basics of not just our twin flame union, but to the basics and foundation of what it even means to be a twin flame, and to the basics of what it even means to be an awakened, ascended being going through a spiritual awakening process in the first place, which is very much needed, this grand reset for the health, well being, sanity, and redirection of us first wave twin flames, who kind of got lost in all of the pollution since the witch age began and got affected by its confusing, distorted false light arena frequencies, intermixed with our natural twin flame starseed ascension arena, infecting your chakras and throwing you off course even more than you already probably were before, in the devil's attempt to specifically block and cause all kinds of confusion and get it between our extremely important twin flame and rod and staff unions at the last second. I'm feeling that this collective grand reset will also reverse time and all the karmic pollution we've collectively accumulated since the ascension process officially kicked off back in 2014, I'm being told it was. Just enough to afford the twin flame waves following the first wave of twin flames the ability to also reach ground zero, come to terms with where they're at in their twin flame union, decide if they still wish to pursue it at this time, or to let it go for the time being in order to get back into the swing of real life, as well as to help the natural flow of life and Mother Nature begin to circulate as it's supposed to all around you. This will in turn restart the entire world right back to square one, right back to center, I'm hearing, as an effect of our grand reset, alluding to just how powerful and influential we twin flames are, ultimately allowing for the rest of humanity to make the grand reset they need as well, come to terms with everything they need to come to terms with within themselves, and then make the proper decisions from their inner guidance, deciding on who to let go of and where to go next. And then, energetic harmony shall ensue all across our entire planet, creating the Great Reset. But it starts with us twin flames, as the ones to spark it off. I'm feeling that the divine feminine polarity of the union is still currently in the process of trusting no one until she officially completes her ascent, where she can actually feel now into 5D, where she can gain the perspective to see and judge her surroundings from a higher vantage point. I am certain that once she finally reaches this major peak in the imminent future, she will clearly see that she was absolutely right about everybody. And this is when the witch age would have officially shut down, for this is what naturally occurs whenever an enlightened being, an enlightened divine feminine being in this case, varies away from and ascends out of the matrix. There are lots of hard feelings that she has towards her divine masculine counterpart circulating within her right now, I'm feeling as well, which will all be squashed, settled, and neutralized once the grand reset soon occurs, wiping away this old karma and internal struggles, providing us the opportunity to assess them from a higher place of calm and dissection than we were able to before, since we are practically fully ascended beings now. I'm still going to ask that we have help with this month. In terms of raising our vibration and perception high enough above the lower, denser realms, so that we may not feel triggered by our twins' lack of progression like in the past, and so that our assessing of our twin flames in this old way, in the old paradigm, can be productive and much more enlightening and empowering than it's ever been before. And in this way, we will leave the twin flame ascension process as official graduates slash level 1 ascended masters, I'm being told to call it. The new moon energies will be helping the divine masculine go within himself like the divine feminine typically does so effortlessly, so that they may begin paying attention to themselves, their softness, the softness within life, much more as an effect, slow down their race to nowhere, assess the things they need to assess within themselves, and actually begin to realize on deep, shocking levels that they're actually a twin flame in a crazy spiritual connection with someone else. This huge defibrillation of the heart, which Sagittarius feels like he really wants to help with, should very well do its part to make them wake up to the fact that they've, in fact, been opting to remain asleep, to not heed any attention to the changes occurring within them since coming across you properly, and to not heed any attention to the massive changes occurring within their very own planet since it being entirely overtaken by Jezebels, pharaohs, matriarchs, patriarchs, witches, etc., all being facilitated by the most ruthless, pathetic, random Freemasons, Nazis, and reptilians. Yes, you've heard it correctly, rich, snarky, human reptiles. Although they will realize that they're lost, that they've been lost, and that they've lost the game they were playing with you, whatever Luna game it was, they will be redirected right back to common sense, back to ground zero, so that things can even and balance out within your union and shared energetic bodies, opening up fresh air, space, and new timelines for all to move on, setting everyone up perfectly for phase 2 that we'll soon be entering, where we'll try this again in the Golden Age of Aquarius timeline. Going further into the reading on the new moon's effects on the first wave twin flame collective, we have the Knight of Cups here to light up the way for us. This marks really great progression within the unions of key pairs soon ready to come into physical union, likely occurring in the new paradigm, swiftly bleeding into the former paradigm we've been leaving behind for some time now, as I am really feeling the energies of I don't fucked up beginning to stir within the divine masculine Christ polarity of the union, due to him feeling your recent ascent and absence as of late, and it feels like it's just going to continue to build and stir within him, causing him to purge, trigger, and I'm also hearing crisis of his entire lifetime due to it being connected to the fact that he wasted too much time, played too many games, and took too long to pursue the love of his entire life. So, this is a really huge deal here, and moment in history that the divine masculine is going through momentarily, which is actually surrounding you for the first time, helping you become aware of just how special, important, and it you are, with and without your counterpart. For this is just the extraordinary, wild nature of us twin flames, especially the divine feminine nation. Woot woot! The fairy kingdom, along with our help and soul cry, is holding the divine masculine accountable and forcing them to take full responsibility for their unhealthy, unbalanced lives and lifestyles, for they've been putting you on the back burner, indulging in the pettiest things, while upholding the beast system that hates you, the divine feminine, and even them truly, simply because this is how the game works that they're playing, the Hunger Games ascension process. This I don't fucked up energy is being displayed heavily by the envelope propped against the picnic basket towards the right of the illustration, as it feels like a message that the divine masculine is wanting to send his divine feminine counterpart by however means at the last second, after feeling his huge behindedness and disconnect from her now undeniably, highlighted for them once again by the fairy kingdom, as well as their hearts not being on the same page as hers, nor soul even having the same amount of maturity and experience as hers, due to how far she's ascended past them. The heartbreak being depicted in a very cool way by the slant and the handsome knight's posture, that the divine masculine is set to go through very soon is real and will be entirely felt by them. First off, so that the fairy kingdom can assess whether they're even really human or not. And secondly, so that justice will be served in the union, making the divine masculine fall down for the first time, whereas usually the divine feminine falling down over and over and over again, while supporting the union all at the same time. No more of this, for balance is now here to rescue us, and is here to stay permanently, now that the divine feminine Christ is the ruler and leader of our planet, universe, karmic history, and hell, every single thing else around in between, for all I care. If you feel sorry for your divine masculine flame at this time, as the divine feminine, believe me, baby, this is victory, as well as for their own good, as they are crashing down major sectors of abusive, distorted masculine, pharaoh, dictator history with their imminent crash and descent, in which they should not be a part of in any way, especially if they are a young adult in child age or frequency. So let them have the temper tantrum they need to have as they kick, scream, and pout the beast system, old fae, and old polluted history out of their system once and for all. For I promise they would feel so much better in due time afterwards, like more of a man finally, opening up brand new timelines and opportunities for you to be together in total harmony in the future, far away from crazy concepts like the ones we're leaving behind right now, and affording the divine feminine the ability to just let go in the meantime, to stop worrying about her union, and to focus on everything that matters in life. I told you everything would be alright. And that concludes this Twin Flame Ascension Energies Tarot reading regarding the new moon in Sagittarius this month of December. I'm going to ask now for Sagittarius to be of even greater assistance to us for this entire month, if need be for your union, even having the ability to call on him for his guidance and expertise at your own free will whenever needed. Thank you so much for your participation. I hope that you received all of the help, insight, and upgrades you needed throughout. Subscribe if you feel you receive a lot from these videos of mine. Comment down below if you have any questions or would love to chat about what you've gathered here today. Donate to my PayPal if you feel you love to commune and say thanks. And I'll be back here with more enlightening videos for the 144 Twin Flame Starseed Collective in the near future. Bye now.